I want us to cross over to Kisumu County, where, as I had alluded to earlier, the multi-agency team led by NACADA currently raiding bhang selling points in Ahero in Kisumu County. This is in line with the president's directive of the fight against alcohol and substance abuse. Simon Achola is on standby. Simon Achola, what's the latest from that side?
Well, good morning, Mike, and thank you very much indeed. We are coming to you live from Kisumu County, and specifically in Ahero, in one of the sprawling settlements here, just next to Ahero River Nyando. And of course, what is happening is that a multi-agency team led by NACADA is actually out there trying to enforcing that directive by President William Ruto on the 31st of December this year, of course, the wee hours of the morning of the 1st of January, where he directed a fully fledged war against alcohol and substance abuse. And what is happening right now is that they've just gained entry in one of the stores of cannabis sativa here in Ahero. They have not found the owner of the store, but what is happening is that they have secured the space, and of course efforts are on to try and see if they can actually find out what more is actually happening in this spot. I'll just give you a small brief of what the Deputy Director Corporates NACADA has told me is that at the beginning of last week they were actually in Machakos, and they did confiscate alcohol worth 15 million shillings. That is quite some amount. And of course, this week they have actually been in Nandi, where 2 arrests were made. And of course, yesterday and today they've been in Kisumu County, still enforcing that directive by President. And I'm joined here by Simon Mwangi, who is the Deputy Director Corporates NACADA, who will just tell us exactly what they are on in this part of the country and how long these efforts will actually continue. Simon, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Quite an effort. We've just seen what has happened here. And of course, this speaks to what the president said on 31st of December last year on the eve of FAST, that there'll be a fully fledged war against drugs and substance abuse in the country.
Yes, thank you very much. So today we are in Ahero within Kisumu County. And like you've witnessed, we've been able to nab a substantial amount of cannabis. And this individual whom we are nabbing this from is somebody we have also arrested before. During the Jukwaa la Usalama initiative, we came here, we conducted an operation, we got quite a very huge haul of cannabis. We were able to prosecute this individual, and they've been out on bond for just a week, and you can see the business is back and booming. So these operations are coming in the wake of the sustained war, the renewed fight against drug abuse in the country, as proclaimed by the president on the 1st of this year. We are on high alert and we are not relenting. We are continuing with these operations across the country. And for the habitual offenders, we are coming for them again and again until they quit this business. And remember, there was a proclamation also that forfeiture of property, which is suspected to be proceeds of these activities, is going to be undertaken. So those are the things now we are beginning to put in motion. And within a very short time, we are going to seize this property, because this is a habitual offender, and it is indeed indicative that this property is proceeds of this activity.
Simon, this suspect was just in custody. I mean, he just came out last week, right?
Yes.
It's just a week.
Yes.
And of course, he already has such volumes of, cannabis sativa. That speaks to the fact that, this is an ongoing and brazen, behavior from him. It essentially means that probably he's operating above the law. Does it worry you guys that such acts actually continue to happen despite the fact that efforts are actually being put in to try and, avert such scenarios?
Yes, and if you remember, the president spoke to this, and he said there's going to be a review of the law to tighten those gaps that have been existing. So, again, also the criminal justice system is an independent process. So we will be working together as a team to ensure that all these gaps are sealed, so that such individuals do not find themselves back in the community and continuing to do the kind of things they are doing, harming our children and putting everybody at risk by selling this kind of narcotics.
Simon, one of the greatest risks in this region, and you've just talked to it off camera, in Nandi County is actually counterfeit products from neighboring counties. How then do we handle that?
Again, also during the presidential proclamation, he also mentioned that there's going to be a more emboldened border control management system. And that is also something that is going to help us deal with this issue. In the meantime, we are mopping up what has already been brought into the country, as we also secure the borders to ensure that there's no more alcohol from foreign countries that is finding its way into the country. But of course, we also have people who are manufacturing these illicit brews in this country. Specifically, hotspots are known, so we are on high alert, and we are putting all these people on notice. We will not relent until we rid our country of this menace.
Worrying also is the fact that while we will nab this, the source of these people rarely talk about it. How then do we move to the next step in terms of ensuring that we actually close the source tab?
Remember, we even know where the plantations of these kind of things are. So in a very short while, you're also going to be seeing a lot of operations towards that, where we will be nipping these cultivation fields and uprooting all those plants. So there's going to be a lot of effort to make sure that we don't get the resupply and restock back in the country. Yes.
Definitely, Simon, these products are not being grown around here. We want to assume so, right? It has crossed several police roadblocks along the road before actually getting here. What exactly is happening that some of these people are able to, navigate through these border police roadblocks to get to their destination without actually being apprehended?
We are operating on intelligence and we are dealing with a lot of information, also from the public and from investigative agencies and security organs. So it is a concerted effort. We are going to be working very closely with anybody and the stakeholders who are involved in this security sector management, as well as the community, because in the long run, in as much as we concentrate on supply suppression, there's need to also do the demand reduction side of it. So there's need for rehabilitation centers for these people who are going to lack the supply in the market. So we are working closely with counties, and like the president said, there's going to be establishment of county rehabs, which are going to make these services free and not free but affordable, and if possible free, so that we also deal with the issues of the people who find themselves in this space and who need help. But as we proceed, we are calling on the public and all stakeholders to provide us with any information to be able to assist us nab these people who are conducting this illegal business in society.
Simon, our viewers are just seeing the officer behind. They hate to see the product, yes. And the reason why you guys came here. So probably we can just go in, so then you get to show us exactly what is in here. So then they don't, ask themselves, why are we not seeing the products that have actually been nabbed? Yes.
So we have this, and the reason why we have not touched this is because we are waiting for processing of this thing, so that we are able to even quantify what is here. As you can see, these are called tariffs, and these are packed like this, ready for the market. So what you have here is bhang that is packaged in a way that
made in the USA.
Well, I think this is just the packaging. But this now can be processed and produce the rolls. So then we have what we call brooms. These are called brooms. These are what we call brooms. So these ones are also, so tariffs, these tariffs come from here. Okay? So this is where the tariffs are produced from. So these ones they are divided into a certain, quantity. Then they are rolled into these tariffs. Then we have twigs. If you look at this, you see that it is different in terms of the way it is presented. So this again is also processed, and they produce rolls out of this. Yes. So we're waiting for a team from the scenes of crimes to come and process this, and we'll be able to quantify and know how much this is, and also measure and the weighting. Yes.
But of course, without divulging much, this is an ongoing process that will actually happen. I wanted to ask where next, but of course that will be selling your.
Yes. We cannot disclose where we are going next, but of course there's going to be a lot of heightened activity to ensure that we nip the bud, these people who are conducting this business. And you see now, like this, the person who owns this place and who owns this stash is somebody who's very well known. They are trafficking, and it is not their first time. So we are working very closely to make sure that we bring them back to the court process.
Simon, just before we close, it is worrying that some of these and the selling points, this is a store, right?
Yes.
But we've actually walked around Ahero, and some of his selling points are just next to schools.
Yes. So we have that concern, and we are also pursuing. There's one that is directly opposite a school gate, and we believe strongly that the product is coming from the same person. But we are yet to establish that, and our teams are on high alert, and we are going to be apprehending all these people who are in this chain. Yes.
Thank you very much, Simon. That is Simon, the Deputy Corporate Director. NACADA, of course, just briefing us of exactly what has been happening since morning. This is the first stop. They've actually gained entry into a store where, of course, cannabis sativa is actually being stored. He says that the owner of this store just came out of prison a week ago, and of course he's already back into business, but he's saying that they are tightening their noose around such characters to ensure that indeed these activities are brought to a stop. Of course, this is something that we are actually going to keep a keen eye on and see exactly what is happening. We understand there are other raids that are actually going to happen. Of course, we cannot reveal much about it, but what we'll do is that we'll try as much as we can to try and capture what they'll be doing today, so that then we can actually brief our listeners and viewers in our subsequent bulletin. Back to you, Mike.